Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. We have a wonderful guest today, Alexandria from Positive Intent Beauty. I want to ask you all, do you do affirmations? I am a firm believer in the power of affirmations and the way you talk to yourself. Alexandria has come up with a great concept with affirmations on products. So I'm really looking forward to learning more about Alexandria. So stay tuned. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. We're also on the E360 TV network under Fresh Takes, going out to Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, Roku, and many more. And we're also on mspnewsglobal.com, and we're also on Business Innovators Radio Network. I want to make an official shout out to our show sponsors, Dreamweaver Artist Ranch. So let's bring in our incredible guest, Alexandria. Alexandria, welcome to Brilliance Business TV.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on today to talk more about positive intent beauty.
I'm really looking forward to a conversation. First, Alexandria, tell us where you're from.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois, and right now I live in Glenwood, Illinois.
Very nice. And tell us a little bit about your background, Alexandria.
Yeah, it's kind of diverse for sure. My background is in initially quantum physics and then food science, and I'm also an instructor. So I started off wanting to kind of be an astronomer for a long time as a child. I really loved the stars, really loved the concept of that, and then learning more about like quantum physics and metaphysics and energies carrying thoughts. And it just really fascinated me as a teenager. So I went to school for astrophysics. And then I ended up switching my major a year into food science and technology. Where I learned about chemistry and the olfactory system. So it definitely helped me to become who I am today.
We have something in common, Alexandria, quantum physics. I am a huge fan of quantum physics energy. It's amazing what they know now through science and through quantum physics, how there's a huge energy field that connects the whole of the universe together. So nothing is separate from each other. Everything is connected. I believe it's called the electromagnetic field. It's just amazing when you learn quantum physics, how it shows you the potential of what we have in the human body, that a lot of people don't realize the potential we have within. Absolutely. And it's just incredible that when you tap into that energy, it really is infinite possibilities, isn't it, Alexandria?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's like where the concept for my mind kind of started early on, was that the thought that words carry power, that everything is like an electric energy, and it starts with an idea, and then we manifest and recreate things to become a physical form and to, you know, stay in that frequency or vibration. But it all starts out with an idea that we have, and we're creators and inventors, and we're able to achieve so many things that I think have forgotten as a human spirit, that we have so much power in ourselves to create change.
The imagination is so powerful. I'm a big fan of Neville Goddard. I watch hours and hours of his speeches, and it's all about living in the end and having that visualization of the end result that you want
Absolutely.
to achieve.
And it's already happened. Yeah, it's already
It's
happened.
already happened
Yeah,
in the fourth and fifth dimension, I believe it is.
right.
So we're on the same level here, Alexandria. Tell us a little bit about the idea of PIB, positive intent beauty, and where that came from.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a combination of things that happened throughout my life, I think. I always felt like a mission that I wanted to help people and uplift people and just really kind of remind them of the empowerment that they have and that they're unique and special. And we wouldn't be here if we didn't have the ability to create and dictate our own path. So, as like I said, I started off in quantum physics, so I learned a lot of the little nuances about, energy and how it carries weight, and that what we say to ourselves affects us on a cellular level
Yes.
and on a mental level. And so I started to learn about that. And then when I got into food science, I learned about different senses and the olfactory system and how different smells trigger different memories. And if you can tie as many senses as possible in something, you're going to have I guess, a stronger memory for that. So if you can use like taste and smell and touch and have everything encompassed, that memory is going to be pretty much permanent compared to just using one sense. So I had this idea actually probably about 12 years ago. And, I didn't really know how to use it and what I was going to use it for, but I thought, wouldn't it be great to use something that triggers smell and affirmation to kind of remind you of some goals that you want to accomplish for yourself, because that's such a strong creation. And recently finding out even NASA, when space scientists go into space, they actually have a scent that they smell when they're like happy with their family or they're doing, things that bring them joy, that they actually take that scent to space and they smell that to kind of get them in that happy place. So smell is just so strong, and scent is just such a strong memory that I wanted to combine both. So again, I was in the food science, in the food industry. I worked in like labeling, regulatory management, R&D, and then I got a chance to work for a company that had a dual role of skincare and nutraceuticals. So I learned how to do formulations. So all that was like a combination of things that I learned throughout my life to help me to start this brand.
How long have you been in business, Alexandria?
We opened in 2018 and had an online presence at the end of 2019.
Tell me about Aroma Memory.
Yeah, absolutely. So Aroma Memory is, I guess, the idea or the science that if you smell something, you can be transported back in time from that same memory and go through the experiences, the emotions, the feelings. And like we all experienced it. Like, you smell an apple pie and you go, oh, this transferred me to that time I was with my grandma. Like that's the recipe she used. Or you're hanging out with your friends and somebody walks by, but like Love Spell was like such a popular fragrance when I was growing up. And it like puts you back into Victoria's Secrets with your friends. Like it's an instant recollection and memory and emotion when you tie it to a scent. So it's so powerful compared to any other senses that we have.
You are absolutely right. You can smell a perfume or an aftershave and it can instantly remind you of a relationship or a person. It's very, very powerful. So I've really enjoyed having a conversation for part one. I think now is a great time for us to go to a commercial break. We have a lot to cover when you come back, Alexandria, so stay where you are. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for part one of Brilliance Business TV. Join us after the commercial break.
Hello, this is Stephen Buckner, and just wanted to tell you I support the Dreamweaver project. It's a great project where, artists such as myself will be able to come together and basically collaborate and to have a retreat to feel accepted and welcome. And that's something that artists here and around the world could always benefit from. So I just want to say, please support the Dreamweaver project. I think it's for a great cause, and I salute all the independent artists out there and artists that are signed as well. And have a wonderful day.
Welcome back to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. We're in conversation with Alexandria from Positive Intent Beauty. Welcome back, Alexandria.
Thank you.
So, Alexandria, you added affirmations to your product labels. Tell us all about that and why you incorporated affirmations into your brand.
Yeah, absolutely. So just kind of going back when I initially had the idea, I actually watched a movie called What the Bleep Do You Know?
I love that movie. I've watched that movie over and over.
So it kind of preceded The Secret, so the movie, there was a scene in the movie, and I don't want to say the doctor's name incorrectly, but there's a Japanese doctor that did a water study
yes,
about words carrying.
I'm not going to try and say it either.
Words carrying energy and power, like how we speak to ourselves. And since, scientifically, we're about 60% water, that carries a lot of weight with us. And then he saw that the crystals under the microscope changed based on if you said negative or positive things to the structure. And I really feel that when we say things to ourselves or if we have words on things, that can actually affect us. So my thought was to use an affirmation of positivity and an actual goal that you want to accomplish for yourself. Like, I have a hard time forgiving. So maybe write something about, today I will forgive in order to move on to my abundant future. So it's kind of creating that goal and that scent at the same time. So every time you read the affirmation, you smell the scent. It's a reminder for you that you need to work on something for yourself. And accomplish your goals, because it definitely can happen. It just has to stay in the forefront of your mind.
I love it. I do use affirmations, and I think incorporating the smell with the affirmation, that can make it really, really powerful. So I think it's a great concept, Alexandria. Now, my next question, I am a big advocate of visualization.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we can manifest realities into form with using our affirmations, visualizations. Right. Why is visualization and manifestation so important to you?
Yeah, it really is significant because a lot of times I think that we manifest things by
unconsciously.
We definitely, and it has to be subconscious. So I often tell people like to use my products like right before they're going to sleep or when they're waking up, because that's just a subconscious area. But I think a lot of times we say, we hope something happens, but you really have to manifest as if it already has, because the universe will answer to you if you've already experienced it. And you have to have those emotions tied with it. You just can't say like, I want to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? You have to have the emotions and start living that type of life. A lot of people say fake it till you make it, but that's the kind of mindset shift that you have to have. So visualizing is so, so important. I kind of am a list person. So I go through and I make lists of the things that I want to accomplish. And I've never had an issue with accomplishing tasks and visualizing, because it was just innate in me to say, okay, this is the next step. This is the next step. And I never had a belief in myself that it wouldn't happen. it was never like, oh, this may not happen. It's just a matter of time.
And having trust and faith as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories to share around that?
Well, it started off like really small. There was a little thing that I saw in The Secret about of parking spaces and waiting on buses or things like that. So I started to kind of say, like, every time I go to work, there's going to be a front parking space, and then there will be a front parking space. I remember, coming from like food science, because I'm also a teacher now. And, I wanted to teach food science, and that's very difficult when you don't have a master's to teach in college. And I said, no, I'm going to find something that people accept my bachelor's for food science. And I actually got a job. I started looking, in Indeed.com. And then there was a job perfect for me that just took my bachelor's. And then I got into the school system, and it just worked out. And it's just so funny because that's such a rare opportunity that happens. The school I work at now, it's the only school in the city that does food science. So, and I was just able to kind of manifest those things and make a list of things that I had to accomplish in order to align myself with that goal.
I totally get it. I remember I draw a picture of me on a billboard, and that was one of my goals. And then around 8-9 months later, someone offered me, do you want to appear on a billboard on New York Times Square?
Mm-hmm.
And I then looked at my visualization board, which I'd drawn out, and I'm like, I have manifested this. It really does work. So my next question, what is your favorite product that you use daily?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I really love the collections because I focus on 4 categories that I felt from like feedback from customers were the biggest issues that people are trying to overcome or grow in. So there's a wellness collection, there's unconditional love, there's abundance collection, and then financial independence. And so I use the collection from the abundance. So it's like the soul body lotion, which talks about igniting change to become or create the future you want tomorrow. Empowering emotional and radiant wealth and power. That's one of the emotional bar soap. I use the Kiss lip balm, which just talks about speaking with confidence and always speaking your truth. And sometimes it can really kind of get you, I won't say into trouble, but the affirmations actually do work. So you might start like speaking up more than you're used to. You're using the speak with confidence. You're like, oh, I'm getting out of my comfort zone, which is a great thing. So I think some people may get a little like taken back or fearful from that it's actually working. Because I've had so many people that, have gotten careers, that had babies, got boyfriends, all kind of stuff, after like using the product. And it's not necessarily that it's just like you put on lotion and things happen. It's when you tie the scent and the affirmation and the work that you do to align with that goal, that's when things start happening for you.
And it goes straight into the subconscious mind.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So what recommendations do you have? What would make a great gift for maybe friends or family that may be new to visualization and manifestation?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say to pick what you really want to focus on. Abundance is a big one that everybody loves, because abundance can just be, it could be wealth, it could be family, it could be health. There's so many things that fall into that category. So the first thing I would say is to start with, maybe one of our lotions, really good quality. They're vegan, paraben-free, phthalates-free, sulfate-free. I really, wanted to make sure that they were a quality product. Also coming from that food science background, I understand about preservatives and putting things in your skin. And our skin is an organ, so it has to be treated with care. There's mica colorants in my products instead of the FDC colorants. So I think to start off with a lotion, most of the products last for a really long time. The scrubs are also a really great seller, especially if you want to treat yourself. And then the lip balms are great because you can just kind of carry them around with you and put them on as you need throughout the day.
Do you ship all over the world, Alexandria?
I do ship all over the world. I'm actually working on possibly getting into the Vietnam space. I have a lot of interest from international areas, as well as like Canada and the UK. And then I'm pushing a big launch on Amazon. So we're going to start to sell on Amazon and Amazon fulfillment. So that's really great news.
Excellent. Totally international. Alexandria, for my final question, I'd like to ask if you've got some wisdom that you would like to share with our audience.
Yeah, I think just to keep believing in yourselves, keep dreaming, keep achieving your goals, be resilient, and just keep getting back up. The biggest thing about anything in life when you're having a hard time, as long as you have breath in your body, just keep getting back up, keep fighting, and eventually your dreams will definitely come true.
That's a lovely way to finish the show. Now, I know that people can visit your website to learn more about your products and really take a more in-depth look. Anyone who is big on visualization, manifestation, visit positiveintentbeauty.com. That's positiveintentbeauty.com. So visit positiveintentbeauty.com to learn more about this incredible beauty line. Alexandria, I have thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you today. Thank you so much for being my guest.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
What an incredible conversation. We've talked quantum physics, the power of affirmations, the power of smells with affirmations going into the subconscious mind. I would encourage you all to go out and check out positiveintentbeauty.com.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.